Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Finally, we have some transfer news to discuss. So far, the window, nothing has happened, but today we have seen. Today, there's been loads of stuff happening. But the main thing tonight is obviously the Conor Coady transfer, which has just came out of nowhere-ish. Obviously, there was some links to him, but Coady looks to be close to be joining. We're then going to discuss Harry Winks, who has definitely came out of absolutely nowhere. We'll get the latest on James Maddison, as he has reportedly agreed personal terms with Tottenham, and a few other players we have been linked to today, including Manchester City's Zach Steffen and a few younger players as well. But yeah, boys, loads of things to discuss. We're going to get straight into it. Just before we do, make sure to go drop a like. As I say, get involved in the chat on the players. Obviously, the main topics tonight are Coady, Winks and Madison. But yeah, I think there's only one place to start, and that is Conor Coady. So yeah, today it was a bit later today as well. Obviously, the Harry Winks links came through, but the Conor Coady stuff came around at just about 5 o'clock tonight, and it all started from this. So let me just move myself over so you can see better. Is it going to work? There we go. That will do. So yeah, let's get into the Coady links then. So this is from John Cross from the Mirror. So yeah, about 5 o'clock, he said Leicester are closing in on the deal for Conor Coady. That's a serious message of intent from Leicester to sign up the England defender. We'll get into the bid and stuff later, but I think for starters, I think Coady would be a fantastic signing. Obviously, we did a stream on him a couple of weeks ago, and I think we all pretty much agree that Coady would be a decent signing. And in my opinion, it would be the perfect way to get our window underway. It's not the most flashiest or young player to come in, but you know, it's someone with experience who Leicester can rely upon. He's 30 years old, which, you know, he can still play a few years, and he can really try and get Leicester back into the Premier League. And in my opinion, Leicester just have to get this one done, and it looks like it will. So yeah, I think first of all, the Coady, you know, I think it's the perfect player, really. We've got Johnny Evans, who looks to be leaving, so it can be pretty much a direct replacement for him. And we all saw how well Johnny Evans did when he first came into Leicester, when he didn't get injured every single minute he stepped upon the pitch. But yeah, let's have a quick read of this then, and then I'll get back into the chat. I don't know if you can read it because it's just gone zoomed out for some reason. But yeah, Leicester closed in on the deal for Conor Coady. The Championship club hope to get the transfer completed by this weekend, which is massive, and that would obviously be a major coup for Leicester. The Foxes have beaten off strong Premier League competition to swoop in for the English international. I have heard that Luton were interested in Coady as well as one of those Premier League clubs. So obviously he wasn't known at Everton last season, where he did quite well. Everton are not looking to sign Coady on a permanent basis, and obviously Wolves are going to want to let him go in the summer. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, let's jump into the chat. Make sure to get in. Make sure to get involved. So yeah, let's get into it. Jerry, how are we doing, mate? Coady would be top signing, but Phil Wolves. Yeah, but I don't think his price would be that high, because I just think Wolves would want to sell. So I'll be very shocked if it's anything above 7.5 million. I think it'd be quite the. I think for Everton it was about 4.5 million. So, and obviously, but that may have been in the contract situation. Obviously, it was a season loan, so we'll have to see what the bid is. But obviously, Leicester have put the bid in, which has been rejected, which we'll get into in a minute. Iheanacho is going to go, I reckon. There was talk about him and Daka being both Roma want both Daka and Iheanacho, I've heard. How long has Coady got his contract at Wolves? I don't know, but I imagine it's quite short. But I don't think Wolves want to keep him, so I think, you know, it's down to which club Coady wants. Latest on Madison is that he's agreed personal terms, and the deal is progressing quite nicely. And it's just a case of Leicester and Tottenham agreeing fees, but I believe it's getting a bit closer. Earlier today it was 40 to 60 million. So, but Tottenham are doing additional funds and instalments to bring that figure up a bit. Yeah, personally, I think it'd be about 5-6 million for Coady. I think that would probably be the case. Always knew this guy was good. You mean Coady? I've heard personal terms agree. That's correct. Love the name, son. Love the name. But yeah, let's get back in then with the Conor Coady stuff, because just after that first tweet, TalkSport decided to pop up and come out with this absolute bomb. So let's hope it can load up. It's a bit of a bomb to me. Here we go. So yeah, Wolves have rejected an initial offer from Leicester for England defender Connor Coady. Leicester are readying a second bid and are confident of completing the signing of the centre-back Coady immediately. So yeah, it looks like Leicester have been working on this deal for a while. It looks like Enzo is a fan of the English centre-half. And yeah, I would assume Leicester have put in a bid of a region of 3 to 5 million, something around that. Obviously, Wolves have rejected that, and obviously, as it says here, Leicester are going to go back in for Coady. Next few days we could have already just put a bid in right now. So, yeah, it looks like Leicester are keen on getting this one done. Obviously, it said Leicester are going to hope to get this deal done by the weekend, as Maresca Blue and White Army just said in the chat as well. So. Yeah, I think this Coady one, I'm fairly confident that Leicester will be able to get it done pretty soon. And obviously there is other targets to work upon, but I think Coady would be a nice signing just to start the groundwork of this kind of rebuild and this push to get back into the Premier League as well. And personally, I just think it ticks all the boxes and it's exactly what Leicester need. He's not scared to speak up. He won't take any nonsense. And for me, it just seems like the perfect transfer, really. And it's not all, especially in the Championship, it's not all about these young, talented. It's important to be talented, obviously, but it's more important to have experience. Where obviously Coady isn't as experienced in the Championship. He's more experienced in the Premier League, but experience is experience, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So. Yeah, I think this would be a very good signing. Apparently, it did is worth 9 million. I did see that. I'm not too sure how true it is, but yeah, well, you never know. Zach Steffen, Coady, Winks, Ryan Hill. Right, Ryan. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about the Thailand geezer. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Yeah, that is true. We signed one in DBL. Steffen and Coady are pretty much done. I don't know about Steffen. We'll talk about him a bit later, but I don't think keeper's a main priority. But obviously, the Zach Steffen link is pretty much just down to Enzo being obviously the former Man City coach and obviously the youth manager as well. Yeah, I don't know. Giles who? I don't know. Ryan Giles. God knows. But yeah, I was going to talk about Coady's position, but obviously he's a centre back. There's nothing really else to talk about it. He's not like a midfielder where he can play in a multitude. I've never heard of it. Who's Ryan Giles? I'm being serious. I don't know who he is. Giles plays for Middlesbrough. Oh, I don't know. How do you guys know this? Who the hell's Ryan Giles? Ryan Giles is a Wolves under 21. Fair enough then. I didn't know that. Yeah, this Coady deal though is still going to take a bit of time to. Is he the Middlesbrough fullback? Yeah, fair enough then. Fair enough. I don't know why I said Hill. I was just thinking of Tottenham, weren't I? It's from a dodgy source, isn't it? I'm only bothered about these, big concrete sources. But yeah, just on the Coady stuff though, as I was really interrupted by this random Middlesbrough guy. I'm joking. If I can find the bit, which is annoying because I've got about 20 tweets open. But yeah, this Coady deal was still going to take quite a long time to get done. So yeah, but both clubs, just as it says here, both clubs are wanting to get the deal done, which is obviously key. Which, as this guy says, which means it will probably happen. So yeah, I think it's just a case of waiting, and I imagine Leicester will get this deal done in the next couple of days. So yeah, I'm fairly confident that Coady will become a Leicester player, which, to be fair, I'm quite shocked with, to be fair, because obviously they mentioned the fact that he's got a number of Premier League clubs after him as well. So for him to come to Leicester and step down to the Championship is proper boss from the Scouser. So big up to Conor Coady. And Defo always liked Coady, 100%. But yeah, a bit though from God, why is the order so messed up? But yeah, pretty much Rob Tanner said that the deal's still got a slight bit to go. So yeah, but I think that's the case with most transfers. Nothing happens straight away like that. So I'm going to close down these tabs because I still got I've got a load of stuff to do. So next up, we've gone through Coady. I don't think there's much else to discuss, but just before we move on to Harry Winks, let's get into the chat. God, you're going to test me with some more names there, right? Stefan / Iverson in goal. Yeah, Ricardo, Woot, Sutar, Coady, Victor, Thomas, Chowdhury, Winks, Samaro, bro. Do you think Chowdhury's going to? Do you think Samaro's going to stay? Yeah. Cole Palmer, Daka, Hurst. Usain Fleming. Left mid. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I agree. We don't know left mid, do we? I know now. I know now. How people have said. I don't know why I said Brian Hill or whatever I said. Will Vardy be on the bench? Probably so. I don't know with Vardy. Part of me thinks he can probably start and do pretty well. He won't start every game because obviously Championship is Saturday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Wednesday. But yeah, I think with Vardy, just that last few games of the season, he did look back to. I wouldn't say he's back to his best, but he did start scoring. Have I been done? I don't know. But yeah, I think Vardy obviously scored in the past couple. He scored in the last few games of the season. He looked good against Leeds, etc. So part of me thinks he can still do quite well. But then again, obviously the rest of the season, if you look at that, he didn't really do too much. And most teams are going to go and sit back against Leicester as well. So it's difficult, but I reckon it'll be a mix. Imagine Harry Winks or Coady instead of Marcelo. Yeah, I don't think that Marcelo stuff. Marcelo will never join. I think he's a bit above Harry Winks. So, yeah, it's not fake. I don't think someone would make up a rumour about Harry Winks, would they? But yeah. Leicester, Millwall, Southampton to go up. Millwall, what's a shout? But yeah, talking of Harold Winks, let's go and discuss the Tottenham guy, who I think will be quite a good signing. But there's a mixed reaction on Twitter earlier. So if I can find the goddamn tweet, here we go. See, I had this all in order. Now when I go and press live, it's all jumbled up. But yeah, this is what John Percy came out of earlier then. So yeah, Leicester are set to move for Tottenham's English international. English international is a bit of a stretch. Harry Winks, potential deal separate and unconnected to the James Maddison negotiations, which are progressing. So yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, Leicester and Tottenham are working both ways here with Winks and Madison. But you would have thought that if Leicester wanted Winks and Tottenham wanted Madison, that clearly you would have thought the deals would kind of come together. But fair enough. But yeah, Harry Winks then. This got a mixed reaction on Twitter, and I don't really know why. People seem to have this mentality that Leicester is still a Premier League club, and in my opinion, Harry Winks would be a fantastic signing. Obviously, once again, it's not the best. Harry Winks is not. He's not like a talented Belgian geezer or someone, but you know what I mean. I just think he's going to be a very solid player. Yes, he hasn't done it well for Tottenham, but it's Tottenham. It's a top 6 side, and not everyone does that, and not everyone goes there and does well in the high pressure of them top 6 teams. But I think a step down, especially to the Championship, he's still a very good player, and I think he'll do a fantastic job for us. So, in my opinion, I think the signing of Harry Winks, I don't know how much it would be. I can't see it being much, but I think it would be a very good signing, and he's a very capable player. So, yeah, I just don't get why some fans on Twitter, when it first got announced, were like, "Oh, are you serious, Harry Winks?" Like, we're in the Championship. I think we just need to. It's all good being ambitious, but it's that difference between being ambitious, but then again being realistic. Because Leicester aren't going to go out there and sign a 40 million, a sentiment midfielder this year. It's just not going to happen. So I think signing these English players, which are probably easier to get done, in my opinion, is just. Is easier for Leicester, and it's all about getting players in the door as quick as possible. And people have been, we've had no transfer rumours, we get one, Harry Winks. Anyway, ran over. It just annoyed me because I just think some of this fan base, it's none of you guys, but I think some people on Twitter still believe that we're in the Premier League, and it's like, we ain't gonna be signing any. I don't think it'd be tough to sign, a player better than Harry Winks. I'm not saying he's a world class player, but I think he's still a very capable player who can do a good job for us. And it's pretty risk free in my opinion, because I still think he's quite capable. All said, yeah. Cheers, Jerry, mate. I don't know. It just annoyed me. It really did. You think Vardy to Saudi? I can't see that happening. I think he'll be good in the Championship. Yeah, you guys know it. See. Ethan, mate. Yeah, he's dipped. The season's done, so he's dipped, isn't he? Maybe he pops back in for some transfer stuff, but exactly. Ethan knows it. Ethan that knows ball. Loads of people said Harry Winks and loads. Yeah, that's true. Lots of people have the same opinion as me, but I don't know. I guess it's just Twitter, innit? Leicester Twitter's a bit strange right now, but yeah, all said is right. So yeah. Moving on then, let's delve a bit deeper into Harry Winks, if I can find some more of the tweets. So yeah, we've gone through that. Here's a Tottenham fan giving us a quick opinion on the Harry Winks, which I think is interesting. There is a good thread on Twitter of this, so if you guys want to watch, look at it with some of his passes and highlights or whatever, feel free. I can't show it on here because I'll get copyrighted, but here we go. So yeah, this is from this guy on Twitter. So yeah, if you want to look at a few thread of Harry Winks' highlights and stuff, feel free. Leicester fans, do not turn your noses up at Harry Winks. You'll be getting a gem. Not only would he be boss, thinks he's a Scouser. Oh no, he would be boss. Would be boss in the Championship. He would boss the Championship, sorry. But he'd do the same in the Premier League if he plays as an 8, his preferred position under a position-based manager. So yeah, and that's the thing. People can say that Harry Winks wasn't great at Tottenham, but you know, in the last couple of years, there hasn't really been that many players great at Tottenham. Obviously, apart from Harry Kane, you know, especially under Conte, it was difficult for these players. But under Enzo, where Leicester are going to have lots of possession, I think, you know, based upon what this guy says, it could be a decent move for him. And you know, his preferred position is an 8 according to ONTHGFC. And obviously that directly replaces Tillemans, and that midfielder position is very empty, especially if the likes of Samare go as well. So, you know, I think if Leicester can wrap this deal up within the next couple of, you know, let's say 2 weeks, I think it would be very nice. And obviously we do need to add in that midfield position, but yeah, I just think it would be a very solid signing, and you know, it could really help us get back up. And obviously, we've said how Leicester haven't really moved too much in the transfer window, but I think today, with the lot, especially the Coady news and now this, I'm a bit more confident that Leicester are taking some things a bit more seriously. And John Rudkin and Topham and whatever actually realise that, you know, yes, we are in the Championship, which is positive stuff. So Smithy's in. Let's go back up to Vardy to sell. To be fair, there was a report, but it was from like a really random source. We didn't deserve to be in the Prem. We are where we should be. I agree. And these are the players we are targeting as a consequence. In the Prem, I wouldn't take. Yeah, 100%. You know, if we stayed up, or let's say this time last year, if we went in with Harry Winks, yeah, I think I would be against it as well, and the whole fan base would be. But I think, you know, the Championship to the Premier League is a big difference, and to have Harry Winks, who in my opinion, just as that Tottenham fan said, could easily play for most Premier League clubs outside of the top 6. In my opinion, it's a fantastic bit of business because, you know, I think Harry Winks could easily do a good job in a Premier League team. But especially with Leicester playing that possession-based football, I think he could really thrive under someone like Enzo. And I believe he's still quite young. How old is he? Harry Winks is 27. Wow, so he's not that young then, is he? He's getting to his prime. So obviously he was at Tottenham. He was on loan at Sampdoria as well. So yeah, let's go back. Smithy's in goal. To be fair, he could probably do a job. That's the thing that I haven't thought about that. Trying to get a deal with Daniel Levy is difficult, but if the Madison deal goes through quite smoothly, I think, you know, the Harry Winks deal the other way would probably work quite nicely. I don't think Tottenham are going to want to keep him unless Postecoglou, surprised I got his name right, is obviously keen on the player. So we'll have to see. Get Cala Dragon and go. He's fell off, Calas. Jesus. You don't want Zach Steffen? Fair enough. We are going to discuss him. Please sign Harry Winks, please. That's not guess positive then. But also Josh. On the way there, I see mine Jack every game home and away. You never see me. To be fair, Joey, I've seen you a few times, even though I don't know what you look like. I get running. Most of the time, I don't really go in the concourse much. I usually just go up, you know, have a load of beers in the pub before. It's an absolute hooligan. But I see mine and Jack most times. But most of the away days, I'm usually just in the stadium, go toilet, and then in the concourse in the stadium, and then All right, let's try that again. Through the turnstile, go toilet, and then just straight into the sun. I don't really hang around the concourse much, but I might see you, Jerry. You know, Huddersfield away if you're going, sat next to each other. Jeez. Winks hasn't played for about 4 to 5 years. Why wouldn't he come to Leicester? Don't know if he's haven't played for that long, but I think I think with Winks, the move to Leicester probably suits him because yes, he could probably play in the Premier League, but his style is very much suited to possession play. So I think the move to Leicester, who just like I've been saying, are going to be playing possession-based football under Enzo, it could happen. So you see me at MK. The MK concourse was proper weird. That's true. To be fair, I think to be fair, I usually hang around with them in a bit. I usually go for about 10 minutes and then I go because it just gets too hot and I sweat like hell anyway. I know. To be fair, I watched him. He played in the Champions League, a few times. He did quite well as well. Harry Winks just wasn't that good of us. He was too defensive and was just crap. I think going to Leicester would be good for him. Do you think he's too defensive then? Interesting. He had a good future at one stage. Yeah, the MK is just a bit weird. It is a very weird ground. I was trying to find somewhere to go and eat before the game, and there was just nothing there. The McDonald's had like a flipping hour queue. Then I went into flipping Papa John's, and then we tried to get in a restaurant, and then we just gave up and got in and had a flipping crap burger from the ground, which had a load of stuff in it, which I put half it in the bin anyway. We are going to move on to that. Just like I said, tonight's stream, I don't know if I have said it, but tonight's stream is going to be a bit more of a longer one because obviously there's so much to go through. We should be rating Chelsea, the younger ones, but yeah. Best part of your vids is getting a chance of it. Concourse is good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think next season I'm going to try and ramp the vlogs up a bit more if I can. Obviously, I'm going to be busy with uni and stuff, but I remember, it's a bit weird. It's a proper weird ground. Let's get into some more stuff then. Obviously, we have talked about Winks a little bit. We are just going to quickly talk about Madison. I won't do it too long because we always seem to talk about James Maddison, but we might as well get it out of the way. This was from this morning from Fabrizio Romano. Tottenham have agreed Percy return to James Maddison as negotiations with Leicester are finally advancing. Talks are underway. Understand Spurs chairman Daniel Levy is very active on the deal, trying to get it done as soon as possible. So once again, I think that's positive, really. If we can get Madison done as soon as possible, good, because it doesn't look like Barnes is anywhere near going at this moment in the transfer window. So if we could get, I believe it will be about 50 million for James Maddison. I don't know how the payment will be structured, but most of the time now in football, it's usually through installments. So I think right now it's just a case of Tottenham and Leicester agreeing on a fee. Sorry, and obviously Madison's happy to go there as he has agreed personal terms. So good luck in some European football matters. We'll be fine there, boys. We'll be fine. I like I've always backed Madison, but the tweets towards the end of the season really did annoy me. But I think that's pretty much all we're going to talk about with James Maddison because there's really nothing else to say. Personal terms been agreed, and they're just working on a deal. Apparently, there's a small gap in the valuation, but I think that will probably get sorted out in the next couple of days. It'd just be a slight weighing up process. Leicester shouldn't div around with about 5. If Tottenham, put a 45 if they put 45 in, Leicester 150, just accept it. There's no point messing around with 50 million with 5 million, is there? So that's my opinion on it. A bit then on the Thailand striker who looks to be signing. There was a picture of him flying out the other day from the Thailand airport. So he's on his way to Leicester. Obviously, he is apparently the best player in Thailand, and that's probably why he's got a load of people around him. Look at the aura. I think we'll wait and see once again if he goes to Leuven. I might always say it wrong. Or if he goes to the first team, or he's just simply in the Leicester youth squad. Interestingly enough, though, he did actually play for the Leicester under 21s last season, I think. So, and a couple of players from Thailand were there as well. Sufanat was the one that Leicester opted to sign on a permanent. So he has actually played for Leicester before, which is quite interesting. But yeah, we'll see how he does. I don't know anything about him. He's the best player in Thailand, supposedly, without any difficult, is it? So there we go. Let's hope he can do some good stuff and bring me the Thai views, eh? But yeah, let's get back into the chat. I hope we get at least 50 million as a fixed fee. Yeah, let's go back up here today. Yeah, 100%. That's the thing though. It's annoying for me because most days nothing happens, and now today there's been everything going on. But it's good stuff. Hopefully we get at least 50 million fixed fee. You would hope so. Be around that. Barnes is staying. I did see something on that. I don't know how true it is. But yeah, it was just about Barnes wanted to stay with his boyhood club, which. Yeah, exactly. I'm an absolute baldy, Jerry. Feel like we get 50 million tops. Yeah, I can't see it being much more than that, really. Tottenham, I don't think Tottenham are going to want to pay for that. Tottenham never really splashed the cash. To be fair, they bought Richarlison for a decent amount there. No more, no less. Yeah, I think it's going to be around there. 50 million plus add-ons. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, if we're looking at between 40 and 55 million, I think we can probably take that and reinvest that. I think with the likes of Harry Winks, I can't see it being any more than 20 million. It'd be about 10, 50 million in my opinion, probably a bit less than that. Why do you want to go Newcastle? I don't really know. I saw something earlier, but then again, it's a pretty poor source. He said he didn't think he was guaranteed a spot in the first team, so he wanted to go to Spurs where he believed he did. So, but yeah, I guess living in London's a bit better as well than living all the way up there. City interested too, yeah, but obviously they're focused on Rice right now. So I think this Madison deal, it's been a bit weird, hasn't it? Because it seemed like he's going Newcastle the old time, and Tottenham were just kind of swooped in, actually put a reasonable bid in, and it looks like he's off to North London. Newcastle got Tonali. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. Get back into the chat. Jesus. There we go. One player we cannot ever boo is Madders. We probably will, but yeah. Only acceptable to boo are Mahrez, Maguire, Chilwell, Fofana, who were left in right ways. Yuri won as the FA Cup. Yeah, I don't even get why Maguire really gets booed, to be fair. I don't really think he left in a much of a ratty way, really. Obviously, he stayed the first year where people were interested and then went. I don't really blame him, to be fair. But yeah, I think with Mahrez, obviously, it's a bit more difficult because of what he did for us. But yeah, he did force to move. Fofana and Chilwell's obviously explainable. Came from Thailand, now he's on our own. Yeah, second part of that channel. I don't know about Mahrez, who's brilliant for us. Yeah, I agree. Zach Steffen, bruv. USAFC. Yeah, I don't know about Zach Steffen. Then again, if it's on the loan, I'll be a bit more open to it. But he was on loan at Middlesbrough last year, and apparently he was pretty average. So I don't know. But we've got Iverson, we've got Smithies. Ward's probably going to go. So is there much point really trying to get a new goalie in? Whoops. But I assume Zach Steffen's obviously better with his feet than Iverson is. So if Enzo really wants to play this possession style of football, right from the back, maybe Zach Steffen could be the man. We all ballers, especially me. I'll go in Derby uni. I know it's Derby, but it's football. I'm doing football journalism, so that's the only place you can do it in the whole world. So there we go. But yeah, I'm already in. Wink, Steffen, and Coady. Yeah, I take them, but I definitely think there'll be a few more as well. So. Why do you make me burst out laughing? I'm an absolute comedian, mate. Boo Madison, Bruges, shot down versus Pickford, which is why we're sat having this conversation. It's getting murdered yet again. Shame how it did end pretty poorly. But I think with Madison, he's just social media FC, isn't he? But yeah. It's the same though. When Leicester are winning games and doing well, Madison's really good with interviews and stuff and social media. But when he loses, he just needs to mute himself, doesn't he? Like every single game, he feels to just say something, just shut up. You know what I mean? It's like he needs to learn when to just watch stuff and just let it go by. Do you know what I mean? I know he probably wanted. I think he probably did most of his tweets in the best intentions, but that Southampton tweet is gonna live long in the memory, isn't it? We'll be fine. That's the beauty of it. And he also said we will continue to stick together. Well, he ain't gonna do that at Tottenham, is he? So chill Fofana. Yeah, Madison versus Bournemouth and Everton. I think with Madison, I think in the long term, no one will boo him. But let's, I know, but I was going to say, if you have Tottenham first game, that's not going to happen, is it? Fofana's more, yeah, definitely, yeah. Malice tweets live rent free in Josh's head. The Brendan Rodgers stuff does as well. He said some right weird stuff when he's gone to Celtic already, but I don't think we'll have. Why have you got Tete on your flipping logo, bro? Fair enough. I know. See, it's just the thing though. It's still not got into my head, has it? When we got flipping Coventry City. Madison used to show passion in the end. It's one of them though, isn't it? Really. He obviously got. I think he cared deeply about Leicester because he seemed to be upset when obviously we lost and stuff, but. Yeah, he's just one of them players who emotions must have got to him, especially after that Fulham game where he said, right, I can't remember what he said, but yeah. For Senny Diab, yeah, as a club legend when he scored the goal. This is the thing. Why does every single one of our players flipping do wonders in the first game? If we loan someone next game, I kind of hope. If we loan someone next season, I kind of think I kind of want them to do bad. Because it's just an absolute curse. Did Cengiz Under do well in his first game? I don't know. He was a right baller, wasn't he? Why have Tete like it's true though, isn't it? Thoughts on Tom Ince, Watford. Yeah, who is that? To be fair, when I saw the announcement and is this thing about you know the Harry Winks thing. I'm gonna talk about that again. This Jerry Yates thing as well. Everyone gassed him up. Oh yeah, let's get Jerry Yates, the flipping Blackpool striker, Premier League player. Oh, don't want him. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I don't know, man. Prime Smart with us, the snoots are in the Europa League. Yeah, that another one. Yeah, Ahmed bloody Musa. Watford shirt's awful, isn't it? I saw that. Yeah, so right. To be fair, I think their kit provider just try and do something different every year. And it just doesn't go wrong. I think a few years ago, that flipping YouTube thumbnail with the things coming from the side in. Yeah, I was gonna for a second when I said that, I was like, am I getting this right? Because of you. But yeah, it is, isn't it, Jerry? Yes. Watford shirt makes me. Yeah, the Watford's a bit of a weird random club in it, but saying that they probably get promoted because they just suddenly just spawn out of nowhere and do well. Preston's. Yeah, Preston's pretty much so some kits that you can't really do too much with, like Stoke, Preston. You know what I mean? It's just what is pretty standard each year. Jerry Y. Yeah, that's probably about right. But anyway, moving stuff on then. Let's have a quick look at some of the players we've been linked with today. Obviously, we have mentioned them a little bit, but we'll talk about him. So I don't know why they've got a picture of Harry Winks in there, but yeah, Leicester are firm interest to Man City's goalkeeper Zach Steffen for the Championship promotion campaign. So nothing more on that. No bids. Leicester just interested FC as per. But then again, as I keep saying, the Enzo link could work wonders here. So we could see big Zach Steffen come in. So yeah, obviously we have just discussed that quite a bit already. So enough said on that front. Have we got anything else? Yeah, right. Let's have a quick look at this Arsenal youngster who we have been linked with today, which is a bit of an interesting one. He is a centre back, obviously young. So yeah, Leicester are in this one considering, not interested, so yeah, considering Arsenal defender Zach. Oh, so yeah, we're interested in all the Zachs tonight. From what I know, he's a pretty versatile centre back who has played at times defensively. Daniel Amate. So yeah, but then again, Leicester just considering this one. It is from a very reliable source, though, so there could be a bit of interest in there. But yeah, I think right now nothing too concrete on this one, and that's the thing. I think if we can get him and Coady, for example, it's a perfect balance. I don't think this guy will start every game, but I think centre defensively we are looking strong now. If we get Coady in, we've got Sutar, who I imagine will stay. I don't know if Woot will stay. Obviously, if Sionchu has gone. Who else we got? Obviously, we got Coady potentially coming in as well. So I think defensively we are looking pretty sound now. Fullback wise, we are pretty solid as well. Looks like Castagne is obviously going to Juventus, as we know. Christensen staying. Luke Thomas, I imagine, will stay. Justin could be staying as well. So I think defensively, I think I said this a few weeks ago. I think the whole defensive unit is actually quite strong. It's just the midfield and attacking areas where the squad is looking quite bare right now. But then again, there's still a very long way to go, and a couple of the likes of Woutfaz, Sutar, Ricardo, etc. could go still. So yeah, still got to have that waiting game going on. But yeah, I think deeper into the transfer window, when Leicester have got a few players gone, I imagine Leicester will begin to be a bit more stubborn on the players who are going to go. We may just keep hold of some players. Potentially the likes of Harvey Barnes if funds are still working in our favour. So yeah, let's jump into the chat again. Do you remember Watford's 1920 home kit? Ish. Except from it's dark. Pepper away. Yeah. That's the thing though. If Zach Steffen wants to play regular football, Leicester's the place. Forget about Coventry. Forget about Derby. Forget about North. How are we going to go to the Cov away without being jumped? What I'm going to do, I'm going to wear a camouflage. I think one game next year, I'm going to do a full kit with my mates. I might do it for Plymouth away, full kit. For one of the away days, I am quite tempted, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, boys and girls, I won't carry on for too long. I was going to discuss some Harry Winks stuff, but we've gone through that quite enough. The only thing I was going to say is that Winks did have quite a long injury when he was at Sampdoria. He missed in total about 12 games, which obviously suits Leicester absolutely perfectly. But yeah, it was an ankle injury for Sampdoria. He did play. Apart from that, though, he did play quite a few games. So a decent amount of experience out there in Italy as well, which is all good as well. But obviously, predominantly he's played at Topspur. And obviously the James Maddison thing, just quickly going through some stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it for everyone we need to discuss today. Vardy to Turkey. To be fair, there's always one player who's linked with Turkey, and it never really happens. Vestergaard was linked there for a bit, so I don't think Vardy will go there unless he wants some new teeth in a hair transplant. But yeah, how is Star still? Is he still there? Gee, I didn't realise that. Love that from you, Jerry, mate. Vardy Arabia. What? No commentary fan could fight their way out of people. Don't worry. Best game last season, 4-0 Forest, probably. Yeah, or 2-0 Everton. I just enjoyed that Everton game so much. It was a proper good away day. But hopefully, next season we can win a few more games. You would hope that Leicester would win more games than did last season by Christmas if you want to have any ambition of getting promoted. Harry Winks, absolute masterclass. It is happening, boys and girls. So yeah, there we go. If you guys got any final thoughts, feel free to let me know in the chat. But I think we are going to wrap things up here. We have been going for a while, but yeah, if I've got time after work tomorrow, I'll probably go live again if there's any other rumours. But apart from that, today's been a pretty manic day for Leicester City news. So finally we have got some concrete stuff going on. And fingers crossed we can get Coady announced within the next couple of days. And then we can start to discuss, could Coady become the new captain? Is he going to start every game, which he probably will be? But then again, we can start discussing the players in a bit more detail and how they'll fit into the squad. But in my opinion, today's been a good day for news. Madison looks to be going ever closer to leaving. Enzo is cooking, isn't he, Rennie? Welcome to the stream, by the way. So yeah, let's go catch up back with a chat with a few more away days. To be fair, the away days last year, which I went on, weren't actually too bad. There was a time where I watched us win 3 in a row, so it's quite good. Finishing first, 10 points clear. Inshallah. Here, Harry Kane's been linked with Perth Glory. Jeez, that's crazy, that, Jerry. As long as we're back here, I'd say positive, we'll do well. And yeah, 100%. And it's all good backing the manager, but you have to back his signings as well. It comes within that package. So if we all back Enzo's signings, I've got full trust in Enzo, even though he's never managed before. But yeah, it's all about just get beyond the boards for the whole season, which I think we all do, and then I think that sets us up best to getting back into the Premier League. And then, but if we get back to the Premier League, God knows what happens from them. But let's just not think about that one. Leicester 6-0, Daka hat trick. Suter can't head though, can he? Yeah, Enzo's cooking. So Enzo's always cooking. Keen to anti-flipping nomads. What a side. Vestergaard can go to Cov. Yeah, when's Vestergaard going? Can take to Celtic room, up. Take Sturridge. No. Please tell me he ain't being serious. Is he even playing? He'll get injured. Imagine Daniel Sturridge in Seagrave. He'll get injured getting out of his flipping car. He'll probably bang his head up going over a flipping ramp. Yeah, I was going to say that Suter against Southampton is going to live long in my head. It went. I was there. I had a great angle of it. It was slow motion. I thought it was in. It would have been carnage, but yeah, last second and that magic. Yeah, if Suter scored that, we'll be in the Premier League. Crazy stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of if buts and maybes and absolutes that Leicester got relegated, but no, it would have given us. Oh, it would have been goal difference. Oh yeah, still though. I can't believe we lost that game anyway. But proper class away to that one, weren't it? Jack Wilshere, Danny Rose to Leicester. Oh yeah, I know you're joking now. Good. Let us cook. The man's penalty. Yeah, exactly that. We can say a number of different stuff about why we got relegated, but yeah, I can't really be asked to go to look back at last season because all in all, it was an absolute shambles, weren't it, boys and girls? But there we go, up the championship. Yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up tonight's stream. Just before we head off, make sure to go and drop a like. If you still have been watching this far on playback, make sure to let me know your thoughts on the players you have discussed in the comment section down below. Subscribe as well to the channel if you haven't already. As I keep saying, lots of consistent content over the way in the next couple of weeks as we approach the new season. Leicester back in training on Monday, so we are ever closer to the start of the new Premier League season and the first pre-season game against Northampton Town. For fact, we've never signed a free agent. Yeah, interesting stuff. I don't know, have we? I don't know. I got maybe years ago, but yeah, not recently. So yeah. There we go. Thanks for coming in. Much appreciated, boys and girls. And if anything happens tomorrow, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you on Thursday night for another stream discussing Leicester City transfer. So, yeah, welcome to Leicester, Connor Coady, hopefully. And I'll see you boys later. In a bit, all the Leicester.